What's going on, everybody? CJ Hurt right here at SWAC Media Day in Birmingham, Alabama at the Sheridan downtown. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We got great coaches and players coming through. Jackson State, for those of you who don't remember, won the SWAC last year and won the Celebration Bowl, and they are the reigning or defending, I don't know how you guys want to word it, Black college football national champs. So we'll talk to them. We'll also talk to Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Alcorn State, the two teams that'll be featured in this year's Southern Heritage Classic, plus so much more. Let's get it going. It wouldn't be SWAC Media Day without talking to Commissioner Charles McClelland. Commissioner McClelland, thank you so much for making time for us and joining us today, man.
Thanks for having me.
5, 10, 15 minutes ago, you guys made that big announcement about SWAC TV. How long has that been in the works?
For about 3.5 years.
Okay.
There was a lot of things that we had to do to get here, but we wanted to bring a high quality television production to be able to enhance our offerings. Every football game will be either on ESPN, HBCU Go, or SWAC TV. We're expanding our basketball coverage, and there's going to be a lot of Olympic sports coverage as well as our female sports. So this is going to be all in. We have some odd 2,200 sporting events, and eventually we'll have all 2,200 on SWAC TV.
Oh, that is amazing. That is incredible. How do I get SWAC TV? Is it an app? Do I need to call my cable provider? What I got to do?
You do not have to call your cable provider at this point. That's actually our long-range plan. So we're starting with our app.
Okay.
So it's on Roku. It's on your Apple devices, Amazon Fire Stick. So all of your downloads you can get, you'll be able to sit at home on your 85-inch, just download it. Everything will be available by August 1st, but I know it's on Apple now and it's on Roku now.
Okay.
So please go out, download it, test it out, let us know. We still are making adjustments. We've announced the TV schedule, some great games. Labor Day Classic, Texas Southern Prairie View will be on there August 30th along with 2 other games. So we're excited about it. It's free, no paywall. Like I said, 1080 is going to be great for our fans.
Absolutely, absolutely. How does that elevate your conference? How does that elevate the SWAC?
Significantly. I mean, exposure is the key. It allows us to give our student athletes that great level of exposure, whether it's football or any of our other 17 sports. So, and that's what the name of the game is, to have our student athletes exposed, to have the fans. It allows us to go out and get that additional corporate partnership to be able to put monies back into the institutions to help fund some of this name, image, and likeness that everybody's talking about.
Do you know what the financial breakdown will be per institution from the network?
Well, at this point, we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know what our financial breakdowns are going to be until the end. Part of our Constitution and bylaws is that all of the bills have to be paid.
Got you.
And then we go through that analysis. So we do have revenue projections. I can tell you we would not be entering into this venture if we did not think that it was going to be extremely positive for our membership.
Wonderful, wonderful. Does anybody else at this level, FCS level, have a network? Just you guys?
They do not.
Yeah, Commissioner McClelland, one of the things I enjoy every year when talking to you is hearing you talk about the plans and watching you implement them and keep the SWAC at the forefront of the FCS as it comes to things like this. It's just such an impressive thing. It's such a wonderful feat that you've accomplished here with the SWAC.
Well, we appreciate it. We have a strategic plan. You know, there's a lot going on nationally. With the NCAA, we're intricately involved. Our chairman of the board, Dr. Quentin Ross, is on the Division I board. So there's nothing that goes on within the NCAA executive committee structure that we don't have a say-so. So we know what's going on nationally, and it allows us to be nimble, to be able to move, and we just want to continue to enhance and grow the conference.
We think about so much, because college sports is changing, college football especially, and we think so much about some of the bigger conferences, some of the FBA schools, specifically the Power 4 conferences, but you guys decided to opt into the House settlement recently. What went into making that decision? Why did you guys decide to opt in, and how does that keep you from falling further behind in college athletics?
Well, we're one of the premier conferences in the nation, so if you're going to be one of the best, you have to operate like the best do. And for us not to be able to offer name, image, and likeness means that we're not going to be able to get those better quality student athletes. We're not going to be able to outbid Power 4.
Yeah.
But we know that we're going to be in the game on all 11 other FCS conferences. As a matter of fact, there will be some FBS conference schools that we're going to be able to outbid. So to be able to be in the game, be able to get that quarterback, be able to get that offensive tackle, that left tackle, and to be able to pay them to enhance our product on the field was extremely important. And it was equally important that we did all 12 institutions, because we're not going to leave anyone behind.
Get you out of here on this one, Commish. The Celebration Bowl last year drew 2.1 million viewers. That's really, really impressive. It was one of the, I think it was the top 2 most viewed postseason FCS game. Any thought about maybe adding another game, like a semifinal round? What would the interest need to be like in the Celebration Bowl for a second game to be added?
Well, right now is not, the rules don't allow it.
Okay.
So the Celebration Bowl gets an exemption from the NCAA. So we are the only 2 FCS conferences, the SWAC and the MEAC, that are eligible to play in any type of bowl game. So our conference championship kind of serves as that natural progression. So unless the rules are able to be changed, we will remain that only. But I can tell you there are other FCS conferences that are jealous. They see the viewership, they see the dollars that are behind it, they want a piece of the pie, but it's unique to the SWAC and the MEAC.
Gotcha. Commissioner McClelland, thank you so much
No
for
problem.
taking time out and
Thanks
joining
for
us
having
today.
me.
Did you know the Grizzlies were going to try to get up and get you?
No, I have no clue. I thought the Grizzlies loved me when I worked out because it was like super fun and everything was, just natural. We were just having a conversation. It wasn't like said, what's your favorite color and like all that stuff.
What's your favorite color?
It wasn't interview.
First date type vibe.
Yeah, it wasn't interview questions. It was just like, hey man, how you doing? And it was just real easy to talk to him. It was real easy to talk to Coach Thomas.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. We are drafting our best movies of the 21st century.
Arguably the greatest superhero movie of all time. I'll go with Dark Knight.
That was going to be mine.
Give it to me. Give it to me, Dark Knight.
I'm sorry. I already hate this draft.
Yeah.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jaron jumped on social media yesterday and tweeted the following: "The M will teach you who you are with love. It's always grit and grind when we're out here at all cost." And I don't want to overstate it, but I do think these types of things matter. Like the way you feel about yourself, about your home, about your city. All of that stuff matters.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick 6, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals Series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel. Look who I stumbled across, none other than family member of the show, cousin Donal Ware, joining us, curator of the Boxtorow podcast, right? Not Boxtorow podcast, Boxtorow Media Poll.
Yep.
He has the Boxtorow radio program on Sirius XM as well. We're right here, SWAC Media Days. Donal, you came a long, long way to come down here. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. It's even more of a pleasure to get to talk to you face to face, man.
Man, I tell you what, see, it's been a couple of years, man, and it's good to see you. It's good to see HBCU Huddle in the building. I got my SWAC
sweatshirt. I finally,
got the
Mike
sweatshirt.
got the sweatshirt to me, man.
Finally.
I didn't wear it today, but one day we're going to be in person. I'm going to wear it for you guys, man. So I appreciate it and appreciate you having me
that
on.
sweatshirt is in hot commodity. My mama want one. My friends want one. Everybody want one. Donal, let's start with the state of college sports right now, and the state of college sports at the FCS, SWAC, MEAC level specifically.
Yep.
A lot of transfers coming in and out. That's been the case for the past, 3 or 4 years. Anything stand out about that to you this year?
Yeah, the fact that you've got 82 FBS players that have come to just SWAC schools. That doesn't count the MEAC schools. It doesn't count A&T. It doesn't count Tennessee State. It doesn't count Hampton. That stood out to me. 82 guys. And you got to figure that if you've got 82 guys that are coming in from the FBS programs, we as HBCUs, we have some money, but we don't have the money that some of these FBS programs and certainly the Power 5 has in terms of NIL. So that kind of stood out to me. But it is, this is the state of college athletics, and in particular, in this instance, college football. So you got to roll with it. Man, I got to look at these rosters, CJ. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, well, this guy transferred, that guy. It's like, so I got to get acclimated back to this thing, and that's what I'm planning to do here at the SWAC Media Day.
Here's a prime example. SWAC Media Day is perfect for getting reacclimated.
Yeah.
Because this is the roster, until somebody decides, okay, I'm going to take a red shirt and I'm going to sit out so I can transfer type situation with here's a real life situation. Kelby Givens at the end of the season hops in the transfer portal. Then he hops out. Then I think he hops back in. And now he's out. He's at Southern right now, and he's the defensive player of the preseason in the SWAC. Go to somebody. What's my man's name from Jackson State, wide receiver? Nathan. What do I want to say?
Rambert. From Mississippi. Rambert from Mississippi.
There we go.
Mississippi Valley State.
Valley. Transfers to Jackson State. Spring game ends. He's like, okay, I'm gonna hop back in the transfer portal. And then he hops back out. So the portal opens 2 or 3 different times in the postseason. And so that allows for players to move freely, which is great. But for us, it can get real hectic, real confusing. I've decided that I'm not going to look at these rosters until right now, the official start of the college football season in the SWAC, because there's so much movement that can go on. And it can get confusing. It can get real hectic. When you think about some of the first-year coaches in the SWAC and some of the newer coaches that are around. Anybody stand out to you? Are you interested in seeing what any of the first or second year coaches do?
Sam Shade. Look at the success that he had at Miles and what he was able to do immediately at Miles, and then coming off that SIAC championship. Hot commodity. Comes now to Alabama A&M. I have no doubt he's going to establish a program. The cupboard wasn't bare. Now, you did have quite a few Alabama A&M guys that did leave, more loyal maybe to Connell Maynor. But look, he's going to establish a program. Now, he was able to move a little, I would say this, he was able to move a little bit more freely, I would say, at Miles, because it's a private institution. I'm interested to see what'll happen. And look, Alabama A&M had some success. Connell Maynor won a national championship. When Anthony Jones was the head coach there for many, many years, they participated in SWAC championship games. So it's a place where you can have success. And I think if Sam Shade brings his blueprint, former NFL player also, so that helps with recruiting and bringing players in. I think he's going to be the guy. I don't know about this year, but ultimately I think Sam Shade wins a SWAC championship at Alabama A&M.
Listen, we've talked about players in and out of the portal. Mekhi Hagan's quarterback for Arkansas Pine Bluff. I think he's preseason second team quarterback, I think. Might be first team. No, Jacobian's first team.
Yes, correct.
I think he's second team. But either way it goes, he's one of the best returning quarterbacks in the SWAC. He, though, is not returning to Pine Bluff. He's returning to Alabama A&M. He's returning to the SWAC before Alabama A&M. So, like, you've got to be able to work that portal right now if you're going to have any type of success. Shade interests me also. First off, as a Tuskegee alum, I'm glad that he's gone from Miles. I can't stand seeing Miles good at football. I sure as hell can't stand
Miles is going to be good. They've been good, though.
Yeah, that's why I hate him.
As Reginald Ruffin as the athletics director there, they're always going to be pretty good.
Yeah, so I hope
Sorry, man.
I hope that, thank you. I hope they take a big old step back. So what players interest you the most in the SWAC this year?
Yeah, the two that you mentioned, Jacoby and Morgan. I'm really because that Jackson State team, like to me, this year. Go ahead.
I hate to cut you off.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry
no problem.
about that.
That's okay.
Have you ever? Because I haven't, and I've followed football as a fan and been covering the SWAC MEAC for some while. I'm just talking about in general. And I snapped to consciousness right around 10 years old. I'm 38, so about 28 years of like being heavy into football, college football, looking at all the preseason and all the preseason awards and predictions and all the postseason awards and predictions.
Right.
Have you ever seen the quarterback, both receivers, and the tight end from one team on the first team preseason all conference? Because that's what Jackson State has right now.
Probably one of Connell Maynard's team, but because I mean he was loaded at wide receiver. Yeah. Especially after they won the SWAC championship in 2021, that shortened season or the spring season. But yeah, no, I mean, it's to me. It's Jackson State and everybody else. When you look, I mean, because now there could be some competition. I think Alabama State challenges this year. Eddie Robinson Jr. has been knocking on the door. Maybe this is the year that he's able to challenge. But right now, it's got to be Jackson State, Jacoby and Morgan, and then the kid you mentioned, Givens from Southern. I mean, that guy is a beast, and look at the numbers that he's been able to put up, during his time in the SWAC. So those are really the two players, but to me, the team to beat is Jackson State.
Absolutely. Alabama State is third in the preseason predicted order of finish in the SWAC. It goes Jackson State 1, Florida A&M 2 in the SWAC East, Jackson State 1, Florida A&M 2, Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Bethune-Cookman, Mississippi Valley State. That Alabama State defense was so very good. It was. And if they had a healthy Andrew Body at quarterback last year, who knows what they would have been able to do. I think they had 4 or 5 losses by one possession. I think they had 5 losses by a combined 19 points or something like that last year. So if they can get over that hump, like you said, they're knocking on the door. They're this close to being a champion of that division and then going to the SWAC championship game, and then we'll see what happens from there. Yeah. That defense shows up the same way, and if they can figure things out offensively, I like the Alabama State as I don't know if you can count them as a dark horse team to win the SWAC East, but I like Alabama State.
Yeah, but to your point, there was some James Burgess. Like you lost some really good players. But Eddie Robinson Jr. is a defensive-minded coach. Played in the league. He's just going to retool a little bit. Same base defense. He's going to retool, get some of the guys in there. They've gotten some transfers in also. And I'm not sleeping on Florida A&M because remember, as you know, Florida A&M was the champion from 2 years ago. Yeah. James Colsey, I mean, the cupboard's not bare there in Tallahassee either. But I just feel like if there's a team that's going to challenge, because the West to me is wide open. There's a team that's going to challenge. It's going to be Alabama State.
Absolutely. I know we're at SWAC Media Day, but you do a great job covering all of HBCU football. What about some players outside of the SWAC? MEAC, Tennessee State, Hampton, anybody or programs even that stand out to you like, okay, this could be their year, or keep an eye on them. They're going to be really, really interesting. নোৱাrth Carolina A&T. I keep forgetting to throw them in there, but নোৱাrth Carolina A&T.
Well, you've got transition there at A&T. The MEAC, because see, this is the thing. Like when you look at Morgan State's been a quarterback away from being a team that could really challenge in the MEAC. Eric Hunter comes back. That's the guy. That's the name you want to look out for. Eric Hunter, the E40, the linebacker for Morgan State, was injured all last year. Yeah. Comes back this year. He's I think he was first team FCS All-American, if not second team. He was all last year. So that should tell you a lot. They can solve the quarterback situation, and I think you have something. But look, I think South Carolina State lost a lot. Yeah. And I'm not sleeping on them. They are the MEAC champs. But I think this year, because you return a quarterback and a really good quarterback, North Carolina Central, I think it's going to be that team in the MEAC. Hampton's going to be improved this year. Okay. Hampton played well in the CAA. Hampton won 3 games in the CAA last year. I thought Hampton did a really, really good job. But so I think they'll be right. They won't. I don't think they're going to be able to challenge in the CAA, but it's about the progression because remember, Hampton, was the first in the CAA, struggled. Now, the last couple of years, you're talking about teams that have improved. So Hampton, I think, will have a better season. But I like Central. I like what they quarterback return. So I think at least in the MEAC, And look, you've got Deshaun Jackson. You know, Norfolk may challenge with Mike Vick. Like, you got a lot going on in the MEAC. You know what I mean? Like we talk, you know, SWAC, but now the MEAC's got. Deion Sanders was the guy, and everybody talked about Deion Sanders. Mike Vick's got that cachet, just a lower profile. He's not as boisterous, shall we say? So, lot of talent, and anything really could happen in the MEAC. But I like North Carolina Central.
I look forward to seeing that Norfolk State, Delaware State.
Oh,
matchup.
man.
Like,
And Lincoln Financial, too?
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
There are a couple of those type games this year.
Yeah.
You got that one at Lincoln Financial. You got Grambling State and Jackson State going all the way to Vegas to play in a classic out there. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Is there a classic at all that you're like, okay, this is going to be good for me. This is going to be enjoyable. I might even have to try and get to that one.
That was the one because of – meaning at Lincoln Financial.
Yeah.
I mean, because we already know what the Magic City Classic is. We already know what the Bayou Classic is. We already know what the Florida Classic is. But we don't. This is a classic because now you've got two former Eagles players, high-profile players that are coaching at HBCUs. And the thing about it, CJ, this is where we are in the state of not just HBCU football, but HBCU sports. It's a hot commodity. Look the other day, A&T and Hampton going to play in the during the All-Star weekend in the NBA, right? So everybody, even the professional levels at the highest level, want a piece of HBCU sports. So it's a beautiful thing.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. All right, Donal, get you out of here on this, and I'm going to hold you to it. If it's wrong, then I'll be like, Donal Ware was wrong. Everybody, I know exactly. I'll play it. SWAC champion, MEAC champion, Celebration Bowl winner this year.
Woo! It's hard for me to go.
It's all on the spot also.
Yeah. Look, it's hard for me to go against Jackson State.
Yeah.
It really is. And so I would say Jackson State and Central.
Okay.
And I think Jackson State avenges the loss from, 2022, I think it was.
Okay.
So that's who I like. It's just hard to go against Jackson State. And all to the point that you made, all that they return, TC Taylor's done a fan. He was kicking, he was knocking on the door and was able to finally kick it in last year. Hard for me to go against Jackson State.
Jackson State, 3 of the past 4 years. Been in the Celebration Bowl 3 of the past 4 years, 10+ win seasons.
Yep.
That's a program where until I see somebody bodies, not one body, somebody's in the conference,
right.
knock them around a bit. That'll be the team that I roll with too coming out of the SWAC. Donal, I could talk to you forever, man. Thank you for making time for us today.
CJ, anytime. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, we'll be back, or we'll have more interviews up next.
Did you know the Grizzlies were going to try to get up and get you?
No, I have no clue. I thought the Grizzlies loved me when I worked out because it was like super fun and everything was, just natural. We were just having a conversation. It wasn't like said, what's your favorite color and, like all that stuff.
What's your favorite color?
It wasn't interview.
First date type vibe.
Yeah, it wasn't interview questions. It was just like, hey man, how you doing? Like, and it was just real easy to talk to him. It was real easy to talk to Coach Thomas.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. We are drafting our best movies of the 21st century.
Arguably the greatest superhero movie of all time. I'll go with Dark Knight.
That was going to be mine.
Give it to me. Give it to me, Dark Knight.
I'm sorry. I already hate this draft.
Yeah.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jaron jumped on social media yesterday and tweeted the following: the M will teach you who you are with love. It's always grit and grind when we're out here at all cost. And I don't want to overstate it, but I do think these types of things matter. Like the way you feel about yourself, about your home, about your city. All of that stuff matters.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick 6, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Hits don't stop, they just keep rolling. We are pleased to be joined now by Alabama A&M coach Sam Shade. We just spent 2 minutes, coach, talking about the connection between Alabama and A&M and Memphis. Can you share with the listeners and the viewers about that connection?
I sure can. We actually we recruit the city of Memphis pretty heavy. We've got 2 coaches on our staff, our offensive coordinator, Dennis Alexander. He's from Memphis, and also our quarterback coach, Kenton Evans. He's also from Memphis. Both of those guys are phenomenal coaches. They love the city of Memphis. They get back in there and try to get guys out of there, and they're trying to get them over to the hill, over to Alabama A&M. So, just really excited about being able to recruit Memphis also.
What is it about the Memphis scene? Is it that makes it so talent rich and something that because you see the director had the Memphis shirt on, like, oh, y'all are from Memphis, and immediately you light up like, hey, we love Memphis. We recruit Memphis. What is it? It seems like you make Memphis a priority recruiting.
Well, it's basically my time as an NFL player. I actually played with a number of guys from that Memphis area. Yeah. So obviously I know the talent there. And even I played at the University of Alabama and played with some guys from Memphis, from some great programs and things over there. So, once I got into coaching, I knew that, Memphis is a place that you're going to be able to find guys that can play and have talent.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is your first year at Alabama A&M. How's the transition been so far?
It's been busy. It really has. Between trying to, just really get to know our players and spend time with them, also trying to working on implementing our offense, defense, and special teams. We've had our work cut out for us. We really have. And then we've had, obviously players that left the program for other programs through the portal, and then we brought in players. So it's pretty constant as far as the day-to-day operations of a college football team.
Absolutely. What are some of the lessons that you've learned through your coaching career so far that you think have prepared you for coaching at Alabama A&M going forward?
Well, one of the biggest things for me is control what you can control. There are a lot of things that are going to happen that are out of my control. And so I don't try not to worry about those things too much. I try to find solutions for those different things that happen. But at the end of the day, I just pray about it and, move on. But also being a college head coach, it doesn't matter what level you're doing it on. There's still going to be the same situations. You still got student athletes to deal with, parents to deal with, alumni, fans, administrators to deal with. So actually going from Division II Miles College to Alabama A&M, there really hadn't been anything that I hadn't seen or experienced as a head coach in college or as an assistant coach in college.
Absolutely. You managed to you talked some about the transfer portal earlier. You managed to get Makai Hagans out of the portable. How has he looked in spring and summer camp so far?
Well, Makai actually, when he left Pine Bluff, he actually went to Lamar. So he was at Lamar in the spring. And then after spring practice, he got in the transfer portal, and we had one of our coaches on our staff, was on the staff at Pine Bluff last year, and Makai reached out to him, and that's basically how everything happened. We looked at it as an opportunity to bring on another guy that's played in the SWAC, another talented player, because we're always trying to acquire talented players, because the thing is, some people say, well, you had a quarterback. Yes, but at the same time, you're still always trying to create competition. And also, I've been in a situation my first 3 years as a college head coach, our quarterbacks have not been healthy for every game of the season. So having a guy like Makai, bringing him in for competition at that quarterback spot, but also it gives us depth and it strengthens that room.
The Legacy Series kicks off this year. You guys at Tennessee State, y'all are about 2 hours apart from one another.
Yes.
Why is that an important matchup for HBCU fans to know about and keep and follow as the years go on? It's a 4-year deal, right? So
yes,
this year,
4-year deal.
27, 28, and 29.
Yeah, it's a home and home series.
Yeah.
We go there this year, then they come here. I think it's great because you've got 2 HBCUs that have a lot of history, and they've got a lot of fans that know each other. They're Tennessee State folks in Huntsville, and they're A&M folks in Nashville. We recruit in Nashville because it's so close. So there are a lot of things that are important about that for us, and we're excited about it.
So you brought it up. You came over from Miles.
Yes.
You led Miles to their first ever FCS win. You knocked off Alabama State.
Yes.
You're at Alabama A&M. I don't know if you heard or not, but there's a big time rivalry in a classic that features Alabama A&M and Alabama State. How's your time at Miles? First, let's ask this: have you participated in many Magic City Classic activities, being a Birmingham guy?
Well, up until I went to college.
Yeah.
Pretty much went to every classic, a lot of family and friends on both sides of that rivalry, and it was always a great time, always great games, great tailgating, all the things that the classic has. It was exciting to be able to be around it and be a part of it. Now it's going to be a really different deal for me, being the head coach at Alabama A&M, and having to be so locked in on the game that I've got to block out all the other festivities that are going to be going on here in Birmingham. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's always a highlight on my sketch. See, I went to a HBCU in Alabama. I went to Tuskegee.
Yes,
I
sir.
graduated
Yes, sir.
from Tuskegee.
Yes, sir.
And while I despise both Alabama A&M and Alabama State, and I'll be honest with you, Coach, I ain't too fond of Miles either, man. I love it when I get to sit down and watch them play,
right,
because there's something communal about it. It holds us together. While we come from different HBCUs and while we got the rivalries and things of that nature, there is a sense of camaraderie, brotherhood, sisterhood that also goes into being an HBCU grad, HBCU alum.
Absolutely. I tell you, I came down this offseason. I really wanted to make it a point to get out and talk to our alums, different alumni groups. I've had a chance to be in Mobile with that group, in Montgomery, Birmingham, Decatur, and we went down to Birmingham, and it was with the Magic City alumni group.
Yeah.
They've got 2 different groups in Birmingham, and I was shocked. They had this fundraiser party, scholarship party, and there were people from Miles, Alabama State, Tuskegee. But I was surprised to see them. But man, I thought that was the coolest thing. Like you just said, just the community type atmosphere that we have with our HBCUs. I think it's awesome that.
In Memphis, there's a SWAC picnic where all the alums from the various SWAC chapters get together. You got to come one year for the picnic. And Kelvin Gates does a great job. Shout out to Kelvin. Does a great job organizing it and running it.
Right.
He's like, hey, everybody just come. Just come through and hang out. So I'll be out there with my Tuskegee gear on, and it's just like a giant family reunion, man. It's great. Good stuff.
That's awesome. And, and I think we take that to the games.
Yeah.
We take that before the game, the tailgating and all that stuff. I encourage our fans, make sure we get out. I tell our fans, man, hey, I want you to show up and show out. I'm talking about you at the tailgate, you're eating, you got your music playing. But when kickoff comes, I want them all in the stadium.
Absolutely. We'll get you out of here on this, Coach Shade. It's a busy day at SWAC Media Day. Don't want to keep you any longer. What does a successful season look like for you guys this year at Alabama A&M?
Well, our goal is to take them one at a time, and we want to go 1-0 every week. I know that's kind of cliche as people talk about that, but that really is the goal, because that allows you to stay focused on the next game. And right now, I don't know if I really know what that success looks like. It's really more about our players and how they progress during the season on and off the field. Because I've coached teams where we haven't won championships, but I've told those young men, I've seen those young men become champions off the field. And they might not have been champions on the field, but I saw them become champions off the field.
All right, Coach Shade, thank you so much for taking time out. Good luck to you this season.
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Sam Shade,
Thank you.
Alabama A&M, joining us on HBCU Huddle.
All right.
Did you know the Grizzlies were going to try to get up and get you?
No, I have no clue. I thought the Grizzlies loved me when I worked out because it was like super fun and everything was, just natural. We were just having a conversation. It wasn't like said, what's your favorite color and, like all that stuff.
What's your favorite color?
It wasn't interview.
First date type vibe.
Yeah, it wasn't interview questions. It was just like, hey man, how you doing? Like, and it was just real easy to talk to him. It was real easy to talk to Coach Thomas.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. We are drafting our best movies of the 21st century.
Arguably the greatest superhero movie of all time. I'll go with Dark Knight.
That was going to be mine.
Give it to me. Give it to me, Dark Knight.
I'm sorry. I already hate this draft.
Yeah.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jaron jumped on social media yesterday and tweeted the following: the M will teach you who you are with love. It's always grit and grind when we're out here at all cost. I don't want to overstate it, but I do think these types of things matter. Like the way you feel about yourself, about your home, about your city. All of that stuff matters.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands, going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals Series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both of these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel. Please, as always, be joined by Arkansas Pine Bluff head coach, Coach Hampton. Coach, how you doing this day?
Doing good, doing good.
How's it been? This is your second one, right?
No, it's
your third?
Third. Yes.
Okay. Time flies.
Yeah,
man.
time flies when you're having fun, right?
How's the off season been?
It's been good. I mean, guys are working hard. Got a new strength and conditioning coach, and so we added some guys in the portal, and you're just excited about it. It's a new year. You know how it is. It's the beginning of the season. Everybody's happy. Everybody's fired up.
Got a new strength and conditioning coach. What's that been like? So many times people don't know, people might not know, like the strength and conditioning coach is the sort of the engine behind the program, the one that gets everybody in shape, gets everybody ready. They can also be, at least in my playing time, they can also be a bit crazy, right? Like the strength and conditioning coach has a different level of intensity and bop about him. How has that transition been, and what are you hoping to gain from your new strength and conditioning team?
Well, obviously you said it right. I mean, the strength and conditioning coach needs to understand that he is the one that's going to spend the majority of the time with the players, and they typically take on the strength and conditioning coach spirit, right?
Yep.
I mean, if he's intense, they'll be intense. If he's laid back, they're laid back. And so that's where you try to make your biggest jump, because you want a guy to be firm but be fair and consistent. And so we've done a better job with that, and so our kids have shown some gains, and so we're thankful for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys are going to be back in Memphis for the Southern Heritage Classic this year. It'll be a different opponent.
Yep.
It was looking like from the outside looking in, like the Classic was in some real trouble. You guys agreed to play in it and move a home game, also to play in the Southern
Heritage Classic. You guys are taking on Alcorn State. Just walk me through how that all transpired this year for you guys on your end.
Man, I'm just a football coach. I coach football. I don't care what they say play. That's really on the administration, athletic director, Vice Chancellor Robinson. Obviously Mr. Fred Jones has been a big advocate of UAPB, and they have a great working relationship. So obviously when he asked me what I thought, do you mind moving the game? I don't care. Memphis is 2.5 hours the other way. So if people want to get out of town and come to Memphis, and it's a home game anyway to us. Yeah. So, and then our kids get a chance to sleep in what? A hotel. So let's go. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Listen, as somebody who our director lives near the football stadium as well, I bought my house because in part of the Southern Heritage Classic, the parade route goes right down my street, man. So I'm glad you guys came back. I look forward to watching the game and watching you guys take on Alcorn State. You were a top 3 team in the SWAC in passing yards per game last year. You end up losing quarterback Hagens to the transfer portal. How's that unit looked this camp?
I mean, I don't mean any disrespect to anybody that left, but, man, we're better off. At the end of the day, anytime you have a guy leave your program, you got a chance to recruit other guys that come in and may fit your scheme better. And so that's what we've done. We got 5 quarterbacks on scholarship, and then we're looking forward to those guys competing. We got a grad transfer, Christian Peters from Shaw University. You got DJ Stevenson was the backup last year. He actually ended up doing a really good job for us. Then we got a mid-year high school kid from Mississippi, really good football player. You got Landon Holcomb that's back from last year. He redshirted from Pine Bluff High School player. And then you got Tyson Robbins. So we're excited about the group of guys that we got. Like, it's year 2 in our system for 4 of those guys, or 3 of those guys, and they understand where the ball needs to go. A lot of times you can be talented, but if you don't know where the ball needs to go, then you hinder the offense. So we've been better all around, and so we used to see who's going to come out on top.
Coach, I've never seen a place kicker come to media day. You guys bring Tyler Glimp through. What is it about him that makes him such a special part of your special teams?
We talk about Trey Glimp, number 1.
Trey, I'm sorry.
No, you good. Trey Glimp. Trey is one of the he is UAPB. Everything that he's about. He's going to go to class. He's going to make good grades. He's graduating in the spring in finance. He loves his teammates. He'll do, if somebody needs an airport run, you need to ride from Little Rock, Trey's going to go pick him up. But Trey is also, he's the best teammate I've ever been around. And the players love him. And he was perfect on field goals last year, 8 of 8. And so all he's done is continue to get better. He's loved by the community. And so I thought it was the right thing to do, number 1, because he represents everything UAPB is about. Pride, resilience, perseverance, grit, toughness, and those are the things that the determination, like, that's why he's here with us.
Okay. All right, Coach, get you out here on this. I don't know what the eating plan is in Memphis when you come through to the Southern Heritage Classic. I don't know when do you guys get down? I'm trying to see how much time you guys got to eat around the city.
Yeah, we normally get in on Friday because I know we have to do the luncheon. I don't know if they're still going to do the luncheon, but whatever they have at the luncheon is what I eat.
What you eat.
And then the players, obviously, they be wanting the fried chicken at night for dinner.
Okay.
And that's what we typically do.
Okay, do you know from where? Because I got some suggestions. It's the hotel. Listen, we can go to Ricky. Help me out here. You want fried chicken? We can go. South Memphis has a spot. Why am I blanking on my spot in South Memphis? Shout it out, Ricky. South Memphis by Four-way.
I won't forget that one. Four-way stop.
Four-way grill is some of the best soul food you can get in the city. Some tremendous fried chicken. Also, Southern Hands is a bit further out than Four-way. 2 best soul food spots in the city, bar none. So if you get there and you got time and you want to treat everybody and get them some good eating now, there's Four-way and Southern Hands.
Okay.
Go.
What's the best barbecue joint there?
You trying to get me shot. I can't do that. Coach, thank you so much for taking time out and joining us today, man. We appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll talk to you leading up to the Southern Classic as well.
Absolutely.
That's Coach Alonzo, Hampton, Arkansas Pine Bluff. Thanks, Coach.
Did you know the Grizzlies were going to try to get up and get you?
No, I have no clue. I thought the Grizzlies loved me when I worked out because it was like super fun and everything was, just natural. We were just having a conversation. It wasn't like said, what's your favorite color and, like all that stuff.
What's your favorite color?
It wasn't interview.
First date type vibe.
Yeah, it wasn't interview questions. It was just like, hey man, how you doing? Like, and it was just real easy to talk to him. It was real easy to talk to Coach Thomas.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. We are drafting our best movies of the 21st century.
Arguably the greatest superhero movie of all time. I'll go with Dark Knight.
That was going to be mine.
Give it to me. Give it to me, Dark Knight.
I'm sorry. I already hate this draft.
Yeah.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jaron jumped on social media yesterday and tweeted the following: the M will teach you who you are with love. It's always grit and grind when we're out here at all cost. I don't want to overstate it, but I do think these types of things matter. Like the way you feel about yourself, about your home, about your city. All of that stuff matters.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals Series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes me off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel. Pleased to be joined by another family member, our last guest today, Mo Carter, as we wrap up things from SWAC Media Day. Mo, how's it going, man?
Everything's going well. We're here at Media Day, which means that in a few weeks, we'll start things off, and then it'll be December, and we'll be at Celebration Bowl.
Man, absolutely, absolutely. For those of you who don't know, Mo is the sports director at Fox 54, Huntsville.
Yep.
Mo, Alabama A&M's got a new head football coach. What have you heard? What have you seen from that program?
Well, of course, for Alabama A&M, they've got Sam Shade, former All-SEC standout, won a national championship with the University of Alabama under Gene Stallings in the early 1990s. 8-year pro. Then he came back to Alabama. He actually coached Kool-Aid McKinstry in high school, had success at Miles College, and now he's trying to carry the success over to Alabama A&M. When I've talked to a bunch of the players, the main thing is that they've noticed a change in discipline, and Coach Shade is just a guy who wants to not only make the fan base proud, but he also wants to find ways to add W's each and every week, whether they're in the W column or other things going on. But I've seen a culture shift, and I think, honestly, he was one of the most solid choices they could select going into a new year after parting ways with Coach Connell Maynor.
We both follow Coach Shade because of his time at Miles.
Yes.
It certainly helps the transition.
Indeed.
Going from Miles to Alabama and A&M there. Right around the corner from one another as I knock papers all over the place.
You're good.
What does that mean for Miles' football program? Tell me they take a big step back.
I don't think they take a huge step back.
You're killing me.
But I think they were picked fourth in to finish fourth or whatever. I'm going to have to do a wait and see situation on that because there are a number of Miles players that transferred to Alabama A&M, and he bought a number of coaches to Alabama A&M. It's so crazy now with the transfer portal when it comes to really doing preseason predictions because lots of these schools, you don't really know who's on their roster until almost the week before, week one.
Yep.
From that. So I don't think they take a huge step back, but they may take a step back here or there. But here's the other thing, too. At the end of the day, we know that in the SIAC, literally anybody can come out of anywhere to win something. Perfect example. Look what happened with Clark Atlanta last year.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We saw one of those SEAC coaches in their first year
coaching in the FCS and Chanis Berry do some pretty impressive things.
Indeed.
Coach Berry got to the Celebration Bowl last year. His first year from Benedict at South Carolina State is the same sort of setup, same sort of thing where all of the coaches went, a bunch of the players went, and we had questions like, okay, you're bringing D2 players with you to this level of football. How is that going to work? And it worked out fine for him. So maybe it does the same thing for Coach Shea in Alabama A&M.
Well, I'll tell you this. We did ask him that question when he was introduced back in January, and he gave the most simple answer I've ever heard. Football is football. It's just a matter of coaching the X's and O's and executing it. It's a matter of him setting up his players and allowing the players to do their job. You do those things, you find success on the field, in the classroom, and in the community.
Absolutely. What other teams are you keeping an eye on in the SWAC preseason wise?
Well, of course, you know, you can't talk about Alabama A&M without talking about Alabama State. We're here in the city of Birmingham. Alabama State faces Alabama A&M in the Magic City Classic, which will be real interesting this year because Sam Shea grew up going to the Magic City Classic all the way until you actually played college football. And we know when you talk about on the other side of things, you got Coach Eddie Robinson Jr., Mr. I Am SWAC, who's also I Am ASU as well. You know, he loves the Magic City Classic, and he's undefeated as a coach in it. So clearly we have to see what's going on with him. They're always going to have a solid defense. The big thing will be, can Andrew Body stay healthy this year? If not, then how will their offense look? And then, of course, on the east side, you can't go anywhere without talking about Jackson State. T.C. Taylor, the Jackson State grad who is literally living his dream as being the head coach of Jackson State. He's got Jacobian Morgan returning, preseason offensive player of the year at the QB spot or whatever. So I think Jackson will be the overall favorite. It'll just be a matter of can Jackson stay on top under TC, and can he really get them to understand what it means to stay on top as a champion. And I say all that's really in the East. For the West, I'm always have an eye on Southern University, my alma mater. Coach Terrence Graves, my former defensive coordinator, who's now the head coach.
I didn't know he was your D coordinator.
Yeah, he was my defensive coordinator when I played under Coach Pete Richardson. So, you know, I always have a pretty good relationship with him, and I always keep in contact and see what's going on with them. I think, you know, they'll always still be in the mix. I'm very interested to see, though, what's going to happen with the Texas schools, what's going to happen with Coach Dishman over at Texas Southern, and then what's going to happen over at Prairie View with Coach Tremaine Jackson. That Labor Day Classic will be something else to watch on SWAC TV that first week of the year. That could really kind of set the tone as far as what the rest of the West could look like.
Absolutely. It's West, stop me if you heard this before. I feel like we say it every year. The West is wide open.
Oh, absolutely.
It always feels so wide open, even with the talent that Southern has coming back. Kelby Givens coming back, somebody who is not only in the running for Defensive Player of the Year in SWAC, he's the preseason SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, but he'll also be in the running for FCS National Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Exactly. You know, Buck Buchanan Award, he'll definitely be in the mix. He was a preseason All-American. And one good thing that you can talk about with Kelby Givens, because I got a chance to interview him a lot of times last year for the ESPN Plus games, is, I mean, you know, you talk about a student of the game. I mean, he understands the X's and O's. He's a true leader of the defense, and he gets after it. You know, two double team, maybe triple team. Dude still finds ways to make plays. It's crazy on what he can do, and now people understand that, but he still finds a way to make some things happen. So we'll see what happens in 2025.
Absolutely, absolutely. The SWAC East, the projected order of finish goes as follows: Jackson State 1, Florida A&M 2, Alabama State 3. So far, we good with you?
Yeah, that's where I expected it to kind of really be at.
Alabama A&M, Bethune-Cookman, Mississippi Valley State, who's under a first-year head coach this season, looking to try and get their first winning season since 06, I think? 05 or 06. It's been a while since they've had a winning season.
I want to say 06. Okay. Willie Totten was the head coach. Maybe 05. It's one of the two. Somewhere in that mid-2000 range, because I remember being a young buck on Southern's team around that time when it happened.
Yep. SWAC West goes as follows: Southern 1, Alcorn State 2, Prairie View A&M 3. So far, so good with you?
I would say so.
Then we go Texas Southern, Grambling State, Arkansas, Pine Bluff. Outside, take Jackson State out, take Southern out, the projected first place teams in each of the divisions. Who are some other teams who are right there as SWAC championship game contenders.
I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Alcorn. There's not been a lot of talk about them during the offseason, but they have quietly put together a solid roster. So I'm seeing how is that going to really, really play out. And I already kind of mentioned it earlier with the Texas schools. Can Texas Southern take the next step? Can Tremaine Jackson elevate Prairie View to the next side of things? We'll definitely see how things look early on with those two. But remember, Alcorn State, they were picked to win it last year or whatever, and they were in position, but then just some late seed things just did not go their way. So I'm very interested to see what's going on with the Braves. I know they have a late season matchup against Southern at the reservation. History serves correct. Southern does not play well at the reservation, so that could be a game of interest later on in the year. We'll definitely have to see with that.
Absolutely. Mo is a busy man. You catch Mo like this, or you catch him like that. Going. You at SEC Media Days, everything was fine there. What stood out to you at SEC Media Days?
All right, you ready to laugh?
Yes.
Okay, so I've been covering SEC Media Days for well over a decade, usually, 2,000, 3,000 members of the media. For the first time in all the years I've ever covered it, I can truly say there was another larger amount when it comes to a crowd than the actual media.
What was it?
The Beyonce Beehive, bruh.
Wait, so SEC Media Days and the Cowboy Carter Tour.
Cowboy Carter Tour was going on inside of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. She had 4 shows, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. So I'm there Monday, which was the last night. I'm in the Omni Hotel right next to the College Football Hall of Fame. People just walking by. Boots were on the ground everywhere, my friend, man. And, I will admit, you're sitting there trying to be live on TV, not trying to be distracted. But, yeah, the Beehive was out in bunches.
I've seen some of the outfits from the Cowboy Carter Tour. I can understand how somebody would get a little distracted. They're trying to do some work.
That was probably the first time I've ever can say media members were probably outnumbered at least for a day for an event going on at the same time as SEC Media Days. Besides that, everything else, pretty cool and kosher. We talked to the commissioner. They've still got some things going on or whatever with about that 8 versus 9 game, conference slate, college football playoff stuff. Auburn, who I cover also at Fox 54, Hugh Freeze, this is a huge season for him. He's got to make some things happen. So we talked to him. And then, of course, I lucked out on getting Tennessee, Texas, and Georgia, 3 teams in the college football playoff last year. So we all talked about that. And, of course, Arch Manning was in the building, too. We did ask him a question about, who's the most entertaining Manning? He was like, look, I don't play favorites when it comes to my dad or my uncles Peyton or Eli. So that was pretty cool about that. I'm really ready to see what he's going to do as a starter for Texas. And the fact that he sat down and he waited until his turn shows a true idea of what type of leadership he would have.
Absolutely. We'll get you out of here on this one. The new thing. Mm-hmm. There's some similarities between everybody, but the new thing that the SWAC and the SEC both have in common is they both have their own networks. Now, the SWAC announced that they have their own TV network here at SWAC Media Day. How does this, you think, elevate the SWAC's profile as one of the premier conferences, not just in black college football, but in all of college football?
Well, one, I think is a game changer, primarily because clearly nowadays we're now going to streaming for everything. You think about Netflix, Amazon Prime, ESPN Plus, and all those jazz of things, Paramount Plus. Yep. Now the fact that the SWAC has a streaming platform will definitely help set the foundation for the future. Sure, you're still going to have ESPN as the first right of refusal, then HBCU go as the second right of refusal. After that, everything else will just be on SWAC TV. The SWAC office, which starts with Dr. Charles McClelland, along with Andrew Roberts, various other people, they have invested into a lot of technology and various things to make these programs look good. And it's not just going to be for football, which will have 45 games this year. I'll be calling 8 of them just to let you know.
I'll turn up.
So 45 games, and then it's just not just football. It'll be basketball. It'll be track and field. It'll be baseball and softball. So I think because of that, you set the foundation for what the next set of media situations will be. And if you already have a foundation with streaming, that'll definitely help moving forward. And here's the best thing, CJ. It's free.
Yeah.
It is free.
Hey, as they say, if it's free, it's me, baby.
Indeed. You can go and read the article, but I'll go ahead and tell you now. It's available on Apple TV. It's available on Apple TV, Fire Stick, Roku, and actually, I just looked on my phone. It's available. The app is already available for download there, too.
Okay.
SWAC TV.
All right, there we go. Mo, thank you so much, man, for joining us. That's Mo Carter, sports director of Fox 54 out of Huntsville. That'll do it for us at SWAC Media Day. I want to say a special thank you to family members, Donal Ware of the Boxtorow.com. Want to say a special thank you to Mo Carter as well, Fox 54 sports director. Special thank you to all of the guests who joined us today, and a special thank you to you for watching. That'll do it for this episode of HBCU Huddle. Tune in again real soon. We'll have so much more for you coming up, and it's here. It's the start of football season. Games are right around the corner. So for Mike and CJ, see you next time.